You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of love and friendship, but of magic. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of Hasbro and DHX. Your next stop, the MLP Zone. Hello, everypony, and welcome to Season 3 of My Little Pony What Works. Today we venture forth into the ever-expanding world of Technicolor ponies, albeit in grayscale for the sake of parody. As always, we look at the story, technicals, entertainment value, and morals of each episode. So, let's dive into the Season 5 premiere, the Cutie Map. Submitted for your approval, the main six discover a map in Twilight's castle when activated by sitting on their respective thrones. This, of course, was foreshadowed in Rainbow Rocks if you look closely at Rarity's throne. The map uses their cutie marks as indicators to travel to a faraway town, run by a lone unicorn named Starlight Glimmer. Every pony seems to be happy and very friendly, but is there something sinister hidden under those smiles and equal sign cutie marks? As always, we start with the story structure, and compared to last season's premiere, it's about on par if not a bit better. On initial watch, the story seemed clunky when transitioning from part 1 to part 2. However, on second glance, each plot point was well placed, and the moments that felt awkward were followed up on later in the episode, such as Fluttershy's naivety towards the townsfolk. When watching the season opener, it felt like the episode was something right out of the Twilight Zone or the X-Files. Strange happenings in a far-off place, so the team has to find out what's wrong, only to discover a sinister plot by a communist cult leader who has the ability to take away a pony's individuality. But more on her later. But remaining on the communist topic, this episode's plot has very heavy influences from 3 works in particular: 2 George Orwell books, Animal Farm in 1984, and 1 Kurt Vonnegut short story, Harrison Bergeron, in which the episode takes most of the influences from. Harrison Bergeron is a satire of authoritarian dystopias and the politics behind it. The Cutie Map is the kids' version of it. The equal sign cutie mark is the physical handicap, making every pony equal, with no pony being better than anyone else. The villagers represent Harrison Bergeron as the individuals breaking from the utopian handicaps. Starlight Glimmer is the pony version of handicapper general Diane Moon Glampers. And as for her shotgun...
This is my boomstick!
Speaking of Starlight Glimmer, we now have a variety of villains for the show. Nightmare Moon was the spiteful ruler, Discord the chaotic trickster, Chrysalis the manipulator with an army, Sombra the monstrous tyrant, Tyrek the mental and physical powerhouse, and with Starlight, we have the creepy cult leader. Not much is known about her, but judging by the end of the episode, we will see her again. What makes her so intriguing is she's just a unicorn with remarkable magic prowess, which makes the cutie unmarking even more unsettling, not to mention the brainwashing and possible torment she put on the villagers when they stumbled upon the village. She's a villain you love to hate, which makes it even more satisfying when Party Favor, Night Glider, Sugar Belle, and Double Diamond all help to get the main six's cutie marks back. As for the main six, everyone who was in character had their shining moments, with Best Pony of course stealing the show. There were some moments I thought were a bit unusual, like Applejack not having her homegrown mannerisms and lack of strength with the equal sign cutie mark, but then I remember the handicaps from the short story making everyone not unique in multiple ways, thus making sense in the long run. I believe that 329-day hiatus between seasons has benefited the show in the technical department greatly. Where does one start? The train traveling across the hills, the reveal of the cutie map itself, the cutie mark extraction process, or how about the fact that I can never look at an equal sign the same again? Never has an equal sign been more terrifying. This pretty much confirms that math is the evil's greatest ally. On to the score and song, Will, Daniel, and Stefan pulled out all the stops to make the music epic. The song, In Our Town, fits its creepy and unsettling nature of the episode, taking inspiration from World War II propaganda songs. What is the best way to describe this episode's entertainment value?
Scary, but fun.
Yes, that would describe this episode perfectly. While this episode has some great humor from the main six, Pinkie Pie especially, the highlight of the episode was the unsettling nature of the villagers. And unlike Lesson Zero or Twilight Psycho appeared in the last third, the smiles are always there. The wider they are, the creepier they get. There is no escape. The moral surrounding this episode is about finding friendship despite differing personalities and interests. Starlight Glimmer, like Twilight in the pilot episode, was a studious unicorn but focused only on studying. Her philosophy was that if everyone thought the same and acted the same, in more ways than one, true friendship would be achieved. However, Twilight says...
I studied magic for years too, but what I didn't know then was that studying could only take me so far. Each of my friends has taught me something different about myself. It was their unique gifts and passions and personalities that helped bring out the magic inside of me. I never would have learned that I represent the element of magic without these 5.
Translation: only through interacting with those differing personalities can you grow as a person to achieve true friendship. A very good moral if I do say so myself. This was reflected well throughout the episode on the townsfolk, especially during the cafe scene with Sugar Belle confused as to the disagreement between the girls. And now for the recap. The story flows well, with strong promise for a recurring villain for the story arc. Each character has their own shining moment, especially the secondary characters. The technical aspect has improved greatly since the season finale almost a year ago. The episode was scary and fun, and it had a mature moral that reflects the show's themes very well. As a result, I give the season 5 premiere, written by M.A. Larson and Scott Sonneborn, yes, I was shocked too, with a perfect 4-star rating. Next time, we take a look at our first new writers, Joanna Lewis and Christine Sonko, as they give us Castle Sweet Castle. Until then, I'm the voice of reason, and I'll see you next time.